Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the first, episode 1 of Misscliks D&D
Hello.
Risen. We got a chance to rebroadcast our prequel that we did at Stream of Annihilation. But we're going to go around and do some quick introductions before we jump to this game. First and foremost, because this is my game, I'm your DM, Najo Tikor, aka Tristare, and I will be leading this business. Britt, tell us about yourself.
Hey, it's me, Britt Wiseman. In real life and on the internet, except for right now, I'm going to be playing Lalu Erish, a tiefling druid. Steven, who are you?
That sounds thrilling. I am Jorm Eldwine, a cleric of Tyr, and I'm level 3, and also my name is Steven in real life on the internet. And I would like to help Kelly introduce herself. Kelly, take it away.
Thank you. I'm Kelly Link, as some people call me sometimes. My character's name is Yori Diggle, who is a halfling thief, and I'm ready to stab some bad guys and steal some gold. Oh, and Neil, how are you doing, man? How's it going?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm Neil, also known as Koibu, and I am playing Langus Volmator, a third-level human fighter noble. But I really want to hear more about Trist, actually.
Well, we will be jumping momentarily into the jungles of Chult. So stay tuned through these introductory credits. And when we get back, we are going to jump straight into our adventure.
All right.
Yay!
Man, that was awesome.
Right.
Pretty cool.
So, you guys have been an adventuring party for probably a couple years now. It's about 6 months since we last saw you dealing with Gormith the Great and the wizard Stanley.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was a trying time in your partnership as adventurers, but Yori, your accountant, has a grand plan to explore Chult. There is a rumor of a death curse that is striking all people who have been resurrected. It's destabilized the region, and as any adventurer knows, trouble means money. And Yori loves money.
I do indeed. I do.
Also, the jungles are ripe with tombs and all sorts of other hidden business that probably means treasure. Now, the rest of you might have some more altruistic reasons for continuing to stay with this party, but Yori is pretty sure you can find somebody that has some sort of problem that you all can solve that will net you money.
I mean, money makes the world go round, right? You need money to basically live. And these adventurers that I'm with, they don't really live a very lavish life. I'm trying to show them a better life. Guys, I want to improve your life. So please continue your adventure with me. That death curse, it's not even, that's what the locals say. It's not real. It's not real.
Wait.
The death curse only affects those that have already been dead, right?
That is what I have heard.
Death curse.
Not a problem for us.
Well, there might be dead things on the island.
That's no problem. Dead things should stay dead.
Yes. I
That's
like
true.
this death curse, actually.
Okay.
Seems quite like the right thing to do.
So you've landed in Port Nyanzaru, very recently. You're on your way to an inn in the marketplace. Here's a few important things about this port. Number one, it's hot. It's hot, it's humid, it's sticky, gross jungle weather. Lalu is fine. Lalu doesn't care. Lalu probably
I love
prefers
the
it
heat.
as a tiefling. You, fighter and cleric, who are wearing heavier armor, and in Langus's case are just heavier, may not be enjoying this sort of sticky humidity, sweltering sauna heat as much.
No wonder this island is so peaceful. The people here, they can't wage war.
And Yori, how do you feel about this weather? Are you digging it, not digging it?
You know, I walk around barefoot, so like I don't really have sweaty feet problem. That's okay. But I do like to have my cloak on. I like to be hidden and covered up, and I like to have a lot of layers on. And it's just a moist a moist halfling is not something you really want to be around and smell. And she's aware of it. She's aware of it.
So you've been sailing for a while. You're trying to navigate the city. It's crowded with many different types of people and question mark people. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with the various races of Chult, but there are Arakakoa, there are Yuan Ti wandering around. There's a great breadth of people here in this port. So you're on your way to the inn. Yori, what have you told them about any of the trouble rumors that you've heard of, or are they?
I told them not to worry about the death curse. I figure if anyone has heard anything about Chult, the island of Chult, it's probably the death curse. So don't worry about it. It's not a thing. That's just, it's the locals say it to get all the tourists away because all the money's here. There's a bunch of like artifacts and probably tombs that have nothing dead or scary inside of it, guys. I think this is the best opportunity for us. Langus, you can practice your swordsman or whatever you do. I don't know. It's going to be great. You're going to love it.
Is there air conditioning inside? Or maybe some ice? A basement?
Underground tombs tend to be fairly cool.
Let's go.
Indeed.
Agreed. I don't mind the heat, but I don't like all these people.
Yeah, but we gotta find some. I don't know. Do you guys know this jungle? I don't know it. So we're gonna have to find someone. We're gonna have to find someone to help us out.
Yori, did you have some sort of a contact we were supposed to meet with when we reached this God's forsaken land?
I did, but I forgot the name.
It occurs to you, Yori, that the best place to look for any sort of rumors or trouble or problems that need solving would be, of course, the local tavern. Any adventurer knows that. And the captain did direct you. Yes, a cool beer, maybe. Maybe they have ice. Maybe they have a wizard that can make it cold. Who knows? It's very hot here. But the local tavern is just off of the market.
Naja,
and you guys are headed that way.
Where are we right now in this town?
So you're probably walking from the port to the Grand Souk. So if you can see my ping there.
Yeah,
Also, my color is not right. Very off-brand. There we go. Now I'm pink.
Beautiful.
You're like walking towards the Grand Market, and you hear a sudden roar and a scream of people. And you look over. One of the many features of this port and of this area are dinosaurs. And you see a triceratops that was bound to a cart, rearing up and roaring. And there's a lot of people that were very close, and they start to scatter and run away screaming. There's a larger man who's swathed in silk robes who seems at a loss and is fluttering his hands and seems to be looking for anyone to help. And a man steps in front of him and he says, "Stand back, I'll take care of this." He raises his sword, and the Triceratops comes down from its rearing and promptly tramples him.
Nice. Yeah, I think Jorm just immediately grabs this huge two-handed maul off of the back of his pack, and he goes running towards it, and he shouts out sort of nearby. He says, "You there! Where are the guards? Go let them know there's a ferocious beast on the loose. Langus, flank it! Get around behind! See if you can attack the flank!"
What are you doing?
"I'm defending these poor people. Now act, man!"
It's a dinosaur, not a monster. Maybe we can reason with it. Seems like they're trying to control it.
"I'll let you do the reasoning."
Rangus draws his sword, keeps his fan, and runs into battle.
All right. So first, let's look at this.
Oh man.
That looks awesome.
As you can see, this Triceratops, as it is so named, is very large, occupying 9 squares. I am going to assign you all your tokens. Here we have Jorm, very jolly, very, very ready to go. Steven, test and make sure you can move that token.
Looks like I can.
Fantastic. We have Langus, who is just about had it with this jungle nonsense. Neil, also test your token for me if you can move it. Fantastic. Totally. We have Lalu, who's, I don't know, Lalu seems intrigued at best.
Yes. I'm very curious about this. I'm excited. Also, Zisa taught me that dinosaurs are not something to necessarily be feared, so I'm very excited to finally see one in real life.
Yes, this Triceratops is rampaging through this market square. You guys have ducked behind the overturned cart that it was attached to. And it sounds like you would like to engage it.
That's like, I guess I would at least like to maybe get its attention and then try to get it to pursue me away from this central area where it looks like there's lots of valuable goods that it could possibly damage. Maybe if I can pull it up towards the north, away from that crowded space into a more open area, that might be a valuable thing.
Okay, let's do some turn order here, by which I mean let's roll for initiative.
Oh yeah.
And we'll see who gets to act first. Nope. I totally did that wrong. Please ignore.
Now, I think in order to roll for initiative using Roll20's built-in function, we might have to have a token selected.
Click your token, then click your initiative.
Got it. No, I want the other initiative. Wait, hang on.
Let's see here. And I'm missing Yori.
Very cool, very cool. Oh, can I actually write a name in my
You're
character?
muted, Kelly.
I'm looking at it.
Nice.
So you click Yori's token and then click initiative. And it should put you in my turn order here.
I don't see initiative when I click her token.
No, on your character sheet.
Oh, okay.
Although that would be handy if you could just right-click a token and roll initiative.
Yeah, that's what I thought everyone was doing.
We can set you up with some roll.
Yeah, it's right next to armor class, above current hit points.
There it is. It won't let me click it. Oh no.
Ta-da!
There we go.
I just had to click it 80 times. It's fine.
There you
Victory.
You might get some spam, but it's fine.
And each of you, if you click on your token and you click the little gear icon, you can write a name on top, and then you can put your health in the bar 1 space, and it'll put a little bar on you for visual tracking purposes.
But while you do that, the Triceratops gets to go first.
It would.
It does. Let's see. The first question is, how far away are you from it? Because it would love... Oh, look at that. You are perfectly within range for it to charge
So
at
convenient.
you. So it's going to charge Jorn.
Naturally.
Let's see. If the Triceratops moves at least 20 feet straight toward the creature and then hits it with a gore attack on the same turn, the target must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. So, the first thing we need to do is move. Triceratops is going to turn and look at the four of you and Joram brandishing its weapon.
Yeah, I'm shouting, "Get over here, you beast!"
And it does just so, runs towards you. And it will attempt to strike you with one of its horns.
Good luck. Ouch. Wait,
That hurts a
no.
lot.
Never mind on the luck. Yeah, so I'm unconscious.
So it hits Joram pretty hard. So it runs over the person they trampled to begin with, impales Joram on a hook and flings him aside. What would the rest of you like to do?
I want to put on my shield. I was just going to fan myself while I fight, but this thing's kind of big.
It's real big.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna move away if I can. I also need. Can I do cure wounds on Jorm?
It is your turn.
Yep,
in order to.
That's what I
try
need.
To save Jorm's life. Is that right?
Yep, for 9, you cast at level 2.
Yeah.
For 9.
And would you like to move, Lalu?
Yes, I would like to move away from the Triceratops. What's let's see. I think I have what's my range? I think it is speed is 30. Okay, so I can go 30 feet in a direction. Let's see. Where do I go to hide from this thing?
There's several buildings around that you can duck
I think I'm
up
just
behind.
gonna pop over here inside of this building here, heal Jorm, and then just run away and hide and watch from the window. I'll just go there because I don't want to die. And that's my turn.
It was a lucky strike.
So you can't jump over walls. You maybe have
Why
enough
not?
movement to get to the building that you were closest to,
No,
but you
can I
can't
go?
just
Does this one have a door inside of it? Can I go inside of it?
it has a little open counter space in front.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll
you
just go
can't
there
get in
then.
that one.
I'm
But
gonna
you can't
just
fly
pop-
through walls.
I'll just pop in there.
All right.
Why not?
Because physics.
And as I'm running, I just kind of cast Cure Wounds on Jorm. I realize I can't drag his body with me, so I'm like, ooh, wake up, good luck. And then I'm like, guys, let's go hide. And I just run away. Kind of still excited that there's a dinosaur, but also realizing that
dinosaur.
Perhaps now is not the time to try and make friends with it, since I don't know very much about dinosaurs.
So Langus, this great beast is standing in front of you. Its eyes are rolling in its head. It's freaking out.
Is it a full action, a bonus action, or a free action to equip a shield? I can't find it in the book.
I will rule that it's a bonus action.
Okay.
I feel like it might be a full action, but I also don't.
All
I
right.
think that's dumb. So
Langus
it's a
is
bonus
gonna
action.
grab his shield, put it on, and immediately stand over Joram, who I think is prone on the ground.
I am prone.
Yes.
Yeah. So I will just stand over Joram, and I have. Ooh, this is a larger than size large, right? This is size huge.
Yes. Chad is also telling me it's a free action, so
Hmm.
huzzah.
GM Chad.
Nice.
The most helpful Chad.
GM Chad is best chat.
Okay. Well, then I'll just stand over Joram, put my shield before me, and stab it with my long sword. The 20
All right.
hit
Of course, yes.
and 7 damage.
Nice.
All
It's even
right.
hotter when you're fighting. Oh my god.
Okay, Yori.
Yes. I think I'm gonna stand back, maybe can I go behind? Like it looks like there's like a wall right here. Or I guess I'll just be behind Joram in this direction and use my crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I can just do that. I mean, or my short bow. Can I do that right now?
Yeah. Yep. That would be your action. A 14 hits. Roll your damage, and you could just click the short warp that. You got it. You hit for 9.
Nice. All right. I also want to take a cunning action, and can I? That means I can like move or like dodge or roll.
Well, hang on. I want to know, does that short bow dice roll incorporate your sneak attack bonus?
I have to take. I want to claim a sneak attack, and it's like once per turn, I believe.
Yes.
Not
so
once
you
per
could.
round.
So
But
you could sneak attack.
Okay. So I can do it like every, but I don't want to do it like I want to save it. Or
No,
is
you can do it every time it's
every
your
time.
turn.
Oh, damn! That's
You get
every
sneak
time.
attack
okay.
on
Then
one
yeah,
attack
I
every
mean,
round.
A sneak attack. I mean, it is distracted, right? There's someone on the ground in front of him.
Yes,
Yep.
if you have an ally within 5 feet, I believe,
Yeah.
you could sneak attack.
Yeah.
Over
Now
here,
remind me.
beast.
Is it 6? Is it a D6 or is it?
I think it's 3d6 for a level 3 rogue.
All right.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, that's so much damage.
That's what rogues are for.
All right, so an additional 12 damage.
I'm actually wrong, it's 2d6, but 12 is technically possible on 2d6.
No,
so.
you can. It can be 6 then. Just take the last like roll out.
Yeah, I'll do the 6.
Yeah,
so it
take
takes
my
another
6.
6 damage.
Just drop the 1, it's fine.
Nice try. Jorm, you come to, and Langus is blotting out the sun in front of you with his shield.
Ha ha! I stand up and I strike at the beast. Nadja, I would like to take a -5 to my attack in order to gain a +10 to my damage.
Whoa.
Okay.
And then I would like to use my guiding strike, and I call upon the might of Tyr to guide my attack, giving me a +10 to my attack. And that expends a use of my channel divinity. So, total of +5 to the attack and +10 to damage. Here we go.
All right.
So let's see. I'll roll for the maul, and that gets a +5, so that's 24.
That's a hit.
Ooh.
And this gets a +10, so it's only 16 damage, which is terrible, but, you know, okay.
That's a little
wait, do I
strong.
get a bonus action? When you use the attack action, you can use a bonus action to make one weapon attack. You may use this feature 3 times per day. I'm going to do it! So I surge up off the ground. Well, is standing a free action or a bonus action?
I think it takes
It's half your movement.
Okay, then awesome. Yeah, I surge up off the ground, I clock this thing across its chin, and then I bring my mace down across its skull, ideally. That looks like a hit to me,
Yep.
and this is normal damage, so just an additional 9.
All right. This thing is not having a good day, and it wasn't before you got here. So, yikes.
I laugh to the heavens.
Is that it for you, Jordan?
That's it.
So this Triceratops, its eyes are bloodshot. It's not really focusing very well, and it shakes its head, rears, and charges. Doesn't turn upside down, but it whirls around on its hind legs and charges back across the market.
Does that invoke opportunity attacks?
It sure does.
Oh, yeah.
With our reactions. Ooh.
Nice.
Good job, guys. So how much damage? See, stew it up.
13.
13
14.
and then 8. You don't get your crit damage because that was your second
Oh, I
attack
see.
roll.
Okay, yep, got it.
Had you advantage, yes. So 13 there, and then another 8. Thank you. Roll 20 for doing the math because I don't want to do arithmetic. So yeah, you guys hit into this thing's hindquarters, and it like trumpets in rage as it charges back across, like shaking its head. Lalu, you see this thing charge into your vision from where you're camped out in this stall. There's like a weapons maker like huddled in the corner with his hands over his head, and he just like looks at you wide-eyed.
I really don't want to hurt this thing.
Are you crazy? Kill it!
I mean, can we even kill it? Are we sure we want to do this? Like,
Do we get
really
XP for killing this thing,
town?
Nadja?
Of course, it's D&D.
I'm kind of with her though. Dinosaurs usually don't have money on them.
They have XP. They're big fleshy bags of experience points.
Oh.
I don't think
The merchant like yells
Well,
at you
what
and he's
if
like,
we
you
just-
mad woman, help!
Do we need this town? Really? Do we need it? Do we
We
need
just
it that
need to
badly?
find someone that can help us.
Because I feel like we could just become invisible and run away and let it destroy whatever it feels like destroying. And let it
Become
be a
Are you some
dinosaur.
sort of nightmare here to plague me in my final hour?
Maybe. Fine. I really don't like this, but I guess I will join in this attack because I don't want to lose my group of friends. All right.
You could always just heal me again.
I could heal you again. Maybe I'll just do that instead of attacking it because I feel weird. I don't want to hurt it. Yeah, I'll just heal you again. That seems fair. So, I need to come all the way out. Okay, I'm going to do that and I will just cast cure. I can cast cure wounds again, right? Or is there a limit on it?
Well, you're spending spell slots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spell slots.
But that's fine. Okay. Level 1.
Oh, I feel so much better.
So I do that, and then can I still just run back into the room?
Yep.
Okay. I run back into the room, and I look at the guy in the room, and I'm just like, the nightmare's not over, and I'm not sorry.
He just looks terrified.
And that's my turn.
All right. Lengus. The Triceratops is like slowly wheeling around. It's still shaking its head to the side and looks like it's preparing another charge.
We're behind this cart right now. So does that mean we have like half cover or 3/4 cover or something?
If it had a ranged attack that it would use on you, that would be useful.
Does cover not work with melee attacks?
No, this thing can just step on the cart. It's very large.
Then I'm going to move here in between my two allies so I can better defend them and do nothing. Forgo my turn.
Okay. Do you want to hold the action at all?
No, because I want to use my reaction to impose disadvantage on the dinosaur's attack when it charges back towards us.
So you should get a 1 reaction per turn for free.
Yeah, I think you still get an action.
Yeah.
If I can ready an action to attack the dinosaur and then still use my reaction to interpose my shield?
Yeah, do you have a skill that gives you that reaction?
Yeah, it is my fighter ability, my protection style fighting.
Okay, if you could rattle that off to mainly me, but also chat.
When a creature you can see attacks a target that is other than you, that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. You must be wielding a shield.
Yes. Yeah, that's your reaction. You can still hold your action.
Okay. Then I will hold my action and to make a longsword attack at it when it arrives.
Okay, so once the Triceratops gets in range, you can take your attack on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Yori.
I want to do the same thing that I did before. Probably move a bit better in like the range of the dinosaur so I can shoot it with my short bow. Damn.
Okay, that's a hit. For 9 more damage. You don't get sneak attack this time because none of your allies are in range.
Okay. And then I guess I'll use my bonus action then to hide because I don't want to be in the range of the charging Triceratops.
Okay.
So I'm going to be still near them, but behind the building.
So you can that's like a formal thing you can do is use your bonus action to hide, roll stealth, and then when you attack next, you're attacking from stealth, and that grants you your sneak attack.
Ah, okay.
Shout out to Rob, who taught me all about roguing in our last D&D game.
Yes.
Nice.
All right, so you pop out, shoot it, pop back into cover. Jorm. You're muted.
Muted.
You're still muted. You're really nice to like look at when you're talking, but you're not actually making noises.
A spell.
All right.
Has been following
I feel like it's gore charge attack is really dangerous, and it's only let me measure. It's only 25 feet away. I feel like I should charge it, except that then I'm not benefiting from Langus's defenses.
Don't you move anywhere, Joram.
So wait, it's a free action to equip a shield.
Yes.
Is it also a free action to like grab a new weapon?
I have the table here. A shield actually takes a full action. You can take one weapon as a free action, and then you can draw another as a bonus action. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to ready an action to attack it when it gets in range of me. But prior to that, I am going to you know what? I'm going to guiding bolt at it. So I grasp the holy symbol around my neck, and I thrust out a hand towards it, and I shout a command word of power, and a silvery bolt flies from my fingertips. Let's see, I need to make a ranged spell attack, right? So maybe this will actually just do it. Let's find out. Whoop! Oh God,
That's a miss.
That's terrible.
Oh yeah, your bolt whizzes over this thing's head, and it doesn't seem to actually notice the light show, oddly.
Very cool. Very cool. That's excellent. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Divine Favor on myself. Whoop. Okay. So yeah, from now until the end of 1 minute, all of my attacks deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage.
All right. The Triceratops. The Triceratops looks up. It seems to have trouble like lifting its head, and it like paws the ground a couple of times and charges back towards you.
Yeah.
I think. Let's roll a d2. Flip a coin in common parlance. On a 1, it tries to hit Langus. On a 2, it'll try to hit Jorm. Langus.
Ooh, well, I cannot impose my shield on this one. Okay,
No.
Bring it on, Dino.
But you can attack because you held
That's
your
right.
action. So before it can gore you, swing your longsword at it.
Yeah, no dice.
No.
Taking Triceratops charge is a little unnerving.
Yeah.
Does a 16 hit you?
A 16 does not hit me.
All right, so
18.
All right,
Yeah,
so
so
next
it's-
time that thing runs away, I'm running after it because I don't like taking that charge.
So like its horn like scrapes across your shield, throwing sparks, and it like trumpets and rage. Lalu, there's a Triceratops all in your business. What are you gonna do? Or
can I
rather,
s-
all in this poor merchant's business.
Is there like a
technically.
window, or can I see it like out the door?
You
Or,
could
like,
see it right
peek
over
my
the
head
counter.
around? Oh.
It's pretty big. I don't know if you noticed.
Let's see. I guess first I'll just shout out to my party members and ask them, how are you guys doing out there?
We could use a little help.
Who needs the most help right now?
Jorm is like literally wrestling one of the horns.
How does everyone feel about running away?
Not good.
What if I feel like I'm like panicking about helping and also hurting it, so I'm just gonna cast my fog cloud. To like make everyone stop fighting.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So if you go to the spell tab on your character sheet, you can click fog cloud, and I think it'll dump.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's
so 20-foot radius sphere. Can you, if you hold Alt and use a polygon tool, not the polygon tool, but the draw shape tool, you can draw a circle. And if you can get one that's 40 feet in diameter, because it's 20 feet in radius, where you want
just
it.
Where I am, okay.
Well, not, I think it's within range where you can see.
You said 40 feet?
40 feet in diameter.
Okay.
It's pretty much like, it's a really significant chunk. I think even like narratively, we might be able to say you just cover the battle in fog.
Yeah, I'm just
for all
doing
intents
that.
and purposes.
There we go.
Yep,
Oops,
that's
I didn't mean to do that.
roughly correct.
Just ignore that square.
Okay,
There we go.
I'll fix it. No worries.
I got it.
Also,
okay.
sorry to chat that people like motorcycles in my neighborhood, and it's a thing. So Lalu like questions how everything is going, and then there's a moment of silence, and then this like thick fog rolls out of this merchant's.
Yeah, I feel like the merchant would be like screaming at me to like
Yeah.
kill the dinosaur, and I'm like, don't yell at me, and then I'm just like, and then I'm like, oh, if I cast fog cloud, I can at least just get out of this room with this stupid merchant and get away without the dinosaur hurting me or me hurting it. And then I just cast it, and I'm like, guys, run!
So as if the humidity wasn't bad enough.
Yeah.
Now there's this like
Sorry.
heavy, thick fog covering the entire area. Langus, you can not really see anything, but you can hear the Triceratops breathing very close to you. What would you like to do? Everybody is attacking at disadvantage now.
We should all run away.
We should all run away, but Langus is in it, and he's in it to win it.
God.
So he's going to try and search his way around the dinosaur, or maybe he's just like not being able to see the dinosaur, tries to, just kind of like cut some corners to get behind it. So he can flank the dinosaur if we're using the flanking rules to...
No flanking rules. Sorry.
No, then I'm running. Okay, yeah, we're out of here.
So the Triceratops does get an attack of opportunity, but it makes it at disadvantage because it can't really see anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it will try to step on you. But a 16 misses you, so you hear this thunderous stomp very close to you as you back away and begin to run. Yori.
North, everyone!
Yes.
To the north!
I hear to the north, so start running north. I'm out of there. Triceratops don't have any money.
Nice. I knew you're on my side.
Jorm, your compatriots seem to be abandoning the field of battle. What do you do?
This is most disappointing. Yeah, Jorm, I think he's having the time of his life in this fog cloud, and he's like dodging between legs and slipping between horn thrusts, and he shouts out to his companion Langus, who is of course right next to him. He says, "Ha ha! Langus, it's just like the battle when the drow came pouring out of the chasm." And then he looks around, Langus, and then he goes running off to the north. I'm gonna run over here. Let's see, I think if I hold space, yeah, there we go, cool, check it out. I'm gonna run this far, then, well, actually no, I'm one closer. I'm gonna run to there, And then ready in action. If the Triceratops comes within range of me, I'm going to clock it with my maul.
All right. The Triceratops does get an attack of opportunity.
Now, I might like to rules lawyer that the Triceratops has already used its reaction.
That's very true. It sure has. It tried to step on your friend already, so
Damn
it can
right.
not step on another person this round.
Langus took the bullet for me.
As you run away. Excellent rules lawyer. All right. But it's the Triceratops' turn.
Lalu, you're
I
all by
shout at it.
yourself.
I shout, "We run to the north!"
Trapped with the shop owner.
I hate this guy.
Yeah, the Triceratops is lost. You can't see anything. It's also very wounded. What would Triceratops do?
I shout at it. "Over here, you stinky beast!"
Well, if you're shouting at it, it is going to move towards you. It doesn't have enough space to charge mechanically.
Yeah.
So it's going to stomp over this way.
And then I attack.
And then you attack.
Yes.
Still a disadvantage.
What?
Because the fog cloud does actually... She drew an oval. Wait. Let's see. Let's see here. So it's too wide. Actually, yeah, you don't have disadvantage.
I would also like to mention that my intent was to exit the fog cloud.
Okay.
All right, awesome. I wind up with my maul as I see its snootily poking out of the fog cloud, and I bring it down.
All right.
Baboof. Oh, check out that crit.
Snap.
Oh. All right, so I deal 19 damage, and then I get a bonus attack because I crit. Because I am a great weapon master. Once per turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon, you can make one melee weapon attack as a bonus action. So, does an 11 hit?
No.
Nah, I didn't think so. All right, fine.
But it doesn't matter because your initial attack kills it.
Yeah!
You like crack it under the jaw and its head snaps up and it like teeters for a bit and then topples onto its side with this thunderous crash.
Nice.
I
put a foot up on its shoulder, and I stand there like Captain Morgan style.
And so you're standing there. Everybody else, you hear this crash. Do you let your fog cloud dissipate, or is it just kind of there?
I mean, I let it dissipate now because I heard the dinosaur fall down, and I can't imagine it being a good sign.
So you let it clear, and you see the massive body of this Triceratops, and people starting to like poke their heads out of where they hid from.
I just yelled, "No!" And then I look at the merchant, and I'm like, "You're the worst!" And then I
He's
run
just looking at
over
you
to
like,
the dinosaur, and I'm like,
what?
"Oh no!
What have I done for the gods to bring this upon me this day?" And from an overturned like merchant stall, the man in like he's got these like rich saffron silk robes, a bald head. He's a little heavy set, and like his face is shiny with sweat. And he crawls out from under the stall and he says, "Oh, heroes this day! Thank you so much for dealing with this beast. I don't know what got into it. Usually the Triceratops around here are calm beasts of burden, but I do thank you for saving us on this day, although it was too late for the adventurer that I'd hired." And he looks at the man who had been trampled at the outset and kind of frowns in dismay. He was supposed to be the best of the best, but now I can't. Who am I going to bring to my lady Jessamine now? Well, no matter. You've done me a great service. I don't suppose you would be interested in doing another, perhaps?
If it's underground or there's ice involved.
Is there money involved?
Stephen, you're muted again.
I said, "Is there more fighting?"
There may be fighting, and I can get you some ice at my lady's villa.
Sold.
Yes. If you could come with me, I'll just pretend that we had hired you from the outset instead of this unfortunate You're in the snake. The legends were much overblown about him. I'm very disappointed. I will have a word with that person that, no matter. Yes, come with me. I could take you to Lady Jessamine's villa. We could set you up with some sweetmeats, maybe some chilled beverages, a little bit of relaxation after all of this work that you've done on this day. We're ever so grateful. Sorry, my manners. My brain is all a scatter after this. I'm out of here. It's very nice to meet all of you. How many of you are there? I see 3. He looks around at the 3 of you gathered around.
It's just us 4. Wait.
Is it me?
Yes. You are. Hi. Hello. May I have your names to introduce you to my lady Jessamine?
My name is Lalu.
Lalu. Yes. And the rest of you?
I'm Langus. Too hot. Volmator. Can we please go get those cold drinks?
Langus Too Hot, Baltimore. Yes. Very nice to meet you.
I'm Jorm Eldwine, at your service. What did you say his name was again?
Adahi.
All the heat, yes.
Adahi, I'm Yori Diggle, and we would love to get inside right now, please.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, it is. These summers here, and he pulls like this exquisite handkerchief from his robe and dabs at his forehead. Right this way, I will lead you to my lady's villa, and I would love to learn more about you along the way. And he begins to like bustle down the street. Adahi seems like kind of a nervous sort of person, but he's got exquisite manners. He seems to be either rich himself or in the employ of somebody very rich. And he toddles down the street, and people are starting to like right carts and put all of their goods back together in the market area. And everybody's talking about the berserks triceratops and what could have happened to it, et cetera, et cetera. And he says, "Oh, my lady Jessamine will be very pleased to meet such capable warriors. You might be just the people we're looking for to solve this problem." Yes. You've of course, everyone has heard of her, but you've heard of my lady Jessamine, right?
We are from distant lands.
Oh, well, of course. I have no problem telling you about her. She is a lady of enormous repute in this port, Nyanzaru. She's one of the merchant princes, you understand. She tends to deal in, let's say, herbs. She's an apothecary, yes. Yes, apothecary merchant prince. Yes.
So she's got money.
Oh, all of the merchant princes in the city are fabulously wealthy. I'm sure she'll be able to outfit you for the tasks that we need taken care of. Yes.
Prince, huh?
Yes, my lady Jessamine.
Right.
She's a great patron. I'm sure she'll reward you most handsomely for saving my life in that merchant square from that triceratops. I really don't understand what's gotten into it. I've never seen one of the dinosaurs act this way.
Lalu, you know of beasts and their behaviors. Are you familiar with such a thing happening?
Maybe it doesn't like being in this stupid town.
True. Maybe it doesn't like being in this stupid town.
Maybe it wants to go live where dinosaurs live.
And he laughs at what he thinks is a joke. And he says, I'm sure it was well trained. Or perhaps it wasn't. I'm not quite sure what could have went wrong with it. It seemed almost maddened. Maybe it was bitten by a bat or something in the night. I don't know.
Yeah, because other animals are the real problem.
He kind of gives you a long look.
Now, little one. Young one, I mean. No need to insult this person. He's well connected to princes. We should be on our best behavior.
Fine.
I've heard that you adventurers are a rough and tumble sort.
Nonsense. We are all quite refined.
Of course. Yes, well, right this way. The villa is very close. And he leads you to a gate, and the guards standing out there in their ceremonial armor that is very shiny and probably not well suited to this weather at all, but they're paid handsomely, so they stand there in their armor, and they nod at him and wave you all through the gate. The villa is fantastic. It's like he waves his arms and you see some palm trees, and there's like some shaded nooks where people are sitting on like sedans and eating grapes. There's a fountain in the center of this courtyard, and the stuccoed walls rise around it. It's pretty like cribs like. It's very, very wealthy home. And he leads you across the paved courtyard and gestures to a statue of a woman in the center of the fountain and says, my lady Jessamine had this commissioned some years ago, before the trouble started. As you can see, she was very beautiful before.
This is a statue of her.
Yes.
Do I feel that the statue is beautiful?
It certainly adheres to standards of beauty. Yes.
I think that's probably what I say.
Well, yes, she was a great beauty in her day before. Yes.
I'm sure she's lovely now.
Oh, I have a lot of respect for my lady, of course. Beauty isn't everything, of course. She's very intelligent. She's very smart about her trade with herbs. And he nods.
How was her faith?
Did you guys just ignore the fact that he said trouble? Trouble times? What trouble times?
He kind of stares at you, blinks a couple times. Faith. I don't believe I've ever had a theological conversation with her. We tend to deal mostly in practical matters like businessmen do.
This will be most interesting then. Most interesting indeed.
Well, yes. He kind of shakes his head a little bit and he says, yes, the troubles. Now, my lady Jessamine she has a slight affliction right now. Don't worry, it's not contagious. But her appearance might be slightly disconcerting, but don't worry about it. Like I said, it's not catching. Otherwise, I would have it. I deal with her every day. Right this way. Come indoors. It's much cooler once we get out of the sun.
A simple skin rash cannot mar such a great beauty. I follow.
I look back to the rest of the party with one eyebrow raised and mutter, "Death curse?"
Wow,
I just drop my arms and I'm like shaking my head, just walking in.
So as Adahi promised, once you get out of the sun, it is a bit cooler inside. And he leads you along the tiled hall to a luxurious sitting room. And he gestures for you to have a seat. And he says, I will bring Lady Jessamine very soon. Please have a seat. Feel free to partake in any of the goods there on the side table. There's some refreshments laid out for you. And I will have the servants bring some ice juices for you. Or unless you prefer wine.
Iced wine would be lovely, thank you.
I will bring a chilled white for your pleasure.
With
just
cubes inside.
Cubes
of ice.
I will do my best. Yes.
Thank you.
Please have some seats, and I will go tell Jasmine that I've brought the adventurers, that she's hired, and that you have already done me a great service in saving my life from this maddened Triceratops issue. Yes. Yes, please have a seat. I will be right back. And he bustles out of the room.
I'm going to wander over to that table and just investigate what's over there.
So yeah, there's
picking up things and putting them down.
There's some fruit. There's no meats. It's too warm to just have like meat out that way. But there's some fruit there. There's probably like a tart or two. Probably some delicacies. So like candied peaches or whatever for your delectation. And then these gorgeous low sitting chairs that are not sitting chairs, like low sedans that are just festooned with colorful silk pillows, and there's
I just
statues and tinkling fountains and plants. It's a really a lovely room.
I'm gonna take one bite out of everything on the table. I'm gonna put it back. How much heat does my body give off? Like, is it to the point where no one wants to sit by me because it's hot?
They probably don't want to sit by you. But granted, probably none of you want to sit by each other. Like, it's just, it's hot and sticky.
Okay.
Jorm shoulders off his backpack, his shield. He puts his mace and his broken bastard sword on the ground. He just like unburdens himself of his stuff. He walks over to a fountain in the corner and just...
Oh god, these people. All right, first off, when I see Lalu taking a bite of everything, go over after maybe the third or fourth thing and be like, no, child. We eat one thing to completion. We do not sample everything.
And I go, ugh, and then I start shoving whole snacks into my mouth and staring at him.
Much better. That's fine. Joram, we're in the presence of nobility. Please behave like a gentleman.
Oh, I thought it better to wipe the sweat from my brow.
Now your shirt is covered in sweat. You look like you've been in a sweaty pool.
Yeah, you look disgusting.
This is not far from the truth. God. What's Yori Diggle doing?
Oh, she's being quiet while everyone else is distracted and looking around the room for nice objects.
Yeah, is she quietly pocketing something valuable?
I mean, if there's something nice around that they left there and no one wants, like, because they left it there, then she would take it. Is there nice things laying around?
You can investigate.
I do indeed.
Give me that investigation check.
I'm guessing that's just a dex roll.
You should see the word investigation on your character sheet under skills.
Ooh, yikes.
So you're like pawing through some valuable baubles on a shelf, and a servant comes in with wine and glasses on a tray and stops and stares at you. It says, Miss, can I help you find something?
I am a fine collector of these baubles here, and I was just appreciating your collection. She puts it down and walks over to the food.
He just stares at you as you walk away from it, narrows her eyes, and she says, sets the tray down on a table, and it says, wine for all of you. Please feel free.
I look, is there ice cubes in the wine?
There are, just so.
Thank you, good sir.
It is very, very cold wine.
Lovely.
And the servant looks at Yori again and like leaves the room.
I give a glare to the rest of the party. You all should be on your best behavior. We are in the presence of nobility, royalty, in fact.
You know, what I have found the nobility really like, and I grab a glass of wine and I just toss it back down my throat, and I slam down the glass and I say, effectiveness. If we can prove our worth, they'll pay us what they need to.
I think we should listen to what they have to say. We don't really know where they are. They have money. We don't. So we should trust them.
A wise suggestion, as always, from our fearless leader.
I don't even want to be here, but I'll do my best.
Think of all the new dinosaurs we could meet, Lalu. Surely this will be a pleasant excursion.
Yeah, it seems like they treat them really well here.
Well, maybe we can find the problem that's causing all these dinosaurs to go crazy and make money.
Okay. That's enough. If it's gonna get you money, then I'll do it.
Thank you.
So you guys sip your wine and you're having your treats, as it were, and Adahi comes back with a woman, or a female figure at least. She's swathed head to toe in black silk. There's a band for her eyes to peek out of. Her hands extend from the end of her sleeves, and the skin looks a little deteriorated. But she comes in the room behind him, and her eyes kind of flick back and forth between you. And Adahi gives a very floored bow. He says, my lady Jessamine, these are the adventurers that I told you about that were so instrumental in saving my life earlier, just now in the market. We have here Lalu and Langus and Jorm. And last but certainly not least, Yori Diggle. Yes. Adventurers, this is the Merchant Prince, Lady Jessamine. Please be seated. And he ushers her to a chair, and she takes a very careful seat. She seems to be moving almost as if she were injured. She takes a seat and takes a deep breath, and she says, adventurers. And her voice has this almost damage sound to it. There's a bit of a rasp to her voice. She says, I think based on what Adahi has told me that you might be able to help. And I appreciate you coming here to give me some of your time and hopefully accept this task for me. Whom is your captain? Who should I speak to first and primarily?
Accountant is what I like to go by. I just handle all, the paperwork and the signing and all that. What do you need us to do? And how much are we going to be compensated?
Well, you may or may not have heard about the death curse, Asarak's death curse. You may have heard about this.
But it's not real.
Oh, I'm afraid it's very real, and I am suffering from it. I had the good fortune to be resurrected some time back in my previous career, and all was fine until this curse struck me. My skin, my body is starting to, rot. And as you might imagine, this is painful for me, but also troublesome.
Oh, my lady Jessamine, surely there are local healers who could help. If you permit me to place my hand upon your arm, surely I can reverse the course of this damage you suffer.
I have tried that. I've tried all of the ways magical and mundane at my disposal. And I am, as I'm sure Adahi told you, an expert apothecary myself. No, there is hopefully one last ditch thing that I have heard tell of that I can incorporate into my poultices that may help me. It is a fungus. It grows deep in the jungle in a tomb that I've heard rumor of, and I would go get it myself, but rotting is not conducive to any sort of physical endeavors. Now, I was hoping I could send a team of adventurers, competent people like yourselves, through the jungle to get me a sample of this.
Your lady, you have come to the right people.
What are you gonna pay us?
Well, I would be a poor merchant prince if I didn't negotiate. Now, this is a quick fetch task. I don't anticipate too much trouble outside of the trouble inherent in the jungle itself. I don't think it's that difficult. What is your rate, Accountant Diggle?
I'd like to do a deception check.
Okay.
Yes.
And explain that it is incredibly difficult and a treacherous journey that not even the most skilled adventurers could do, but we even are beyond them. So I think we need to be paid a hefty fine.
Fee. Those are legally distinct things.
I rolled it in, roll 20.
Yes, so you got an 18 there. And you see her eyes narrow above the veil covering the rest of her face, and she says, I was hoping you hadn't heard about the current undead roaming the jungle.
Do you take me for a fool?
Apparently not. Adahi, you have brought me competent people. And he nods and he says, of course, my lady, I wouldn't bring you simpletons. I tried a couple and one of them got trampled. Clearly the god's way of telling us that he was not the right one.
Maybe it was the god's way of telling you shouldn't resurrect people or keep the undead alive.
Everybody turns to look at Lalu.
Please, do pay no heed to our fine but ill-tempered youngling.
And she gives a dry, raspy laugh, and she says, I've met worse in my former career.
Oh.
So yes, there are many hurdles outside of the normal dinosaurs and disease and the traps inherent in any sort of tomb in this area. There are roaming packs of undead, but I believe that you can take care of them, I'm sure. So tell me, accountant, what is your rate for such an adventure?
She turns to her team in a short huddle. She's like, oh, what do you I actually don't know how much money we can get out of this lady. She has a lot of money.
Her life is on the line.
How about you ask her for as much as you need to go back to my town with me?
Or
I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, but one last adventure, and then maybe we can. All right.
It's been 6 months. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Lady, she looks back to her team. Lady. We will ask for this entire adventure, half now, half when we complete it, 500 gold.
500. And she mulls this over.
250 gold to get our equipment and items ready for our adventure into the jungle, and 250 when we complete it with the mushrooms back in your hands.
Well, yes, it doesn't serve me well if you're not well equipped. So the 250 is a proper investment, and whether or not you make it back is a different question. But I will make this down payment that you asked for. See that you don't spend it frivolously, and that you take the jungles of Chult seriously as a threat.
I turn back to my team. I feel like she was too willing to accept that price. I actually don't know how much gold is worth on the island of Chult.
You're an accountant. How do you not know what money's worth?
But don't.
Now, we can talk later. Not in the presence of the nobles, please.
This task is beneath us anyway.
You're all embarrassing us.
And she pipes up over your shoulders and she says, and of course, whatever treasure you happen to find along the way is yours to keep. It does not interest me. But I will tell you that the tombs of Chult are resplendent with treasures of those ancient cultures, provided you don't die to the many traps.
What are we waiting for?
I like the sound of that.
Excellent. Now go with my man Adi. He will get you your fee and give you better, more detailed information about where this fungus may be located. I hope to see you alive again with the fungus. Should I see you alive again without it, trust that you won't remain alive for much longer.
Doesn't sound like you will either.
Shoves her, oh my god, shoves her out of the room.
I put my hand on Lalu's shoulder as we leave the room. I say, Lalu, I say that battle we participated in, it has drained my reserves of energy. What about you? Do you feel fresh, ready to slaughter your way through the hordes of undead, or perhaps a night's rest would be appreciated? We can set off in the cool of morning. It's so hot right now.
And Adahi is bobbling along behind you, and he says, my lady Jessamine would be happy to furnish you with lodging here in the villa, if you like.
Yeah, let's rest. I have
Totally.
to cry over that dead dinosaur.
Yep.
I hate people.
So Adahi takes you to a suite of rooms, and says, "These are, please make yourselves at home here. Don't take anything. I've heard a story from our service staff. Please, and I'll see you in the morning. I will have your gold ready for you to take, and provision yourself for my lady Jessamine's venture. And as your cleric so astutely pointed out, it is much cooler in the morning, although it does not remain that way for long. So you may want to start out as early as you can, and rest in the middle of the day. Don't find yourself in the jungle at high noon, and it's unpleasant. But of course, if it gets too late, then the Dilophosaurus has come out, and that's a different problem. But I'm sure you'll be able to navigate.
Are there seasonal rains in Chult?
If by seasonal you mean the one season we have, which is rainy, yes.
Good to know.
Yes. Your heavier armor, well, it'll protect you, but these woolen layers that you may be wearing under it are ill-advised. If you would like, I can provide you with some silks, which aren't maybe. Well, I'm a man of fashion myself. I don't do much adventuring, but it's very cool during the day.
Well, I would appreciate that greatly. And is there somewhere nearby we could purchase ponchos?
Yes, of course. I'm sure that by tomorrow, the market square will have repaired itself, and I will send word that you are the heroes of Market Square, and I'm sure they would be more than happy to give you a discount for saving their livelihoods, if not their very lives, on this day, with the exception of one weapons merchant. He seems to be convinced that he met a devil today, according to the gossip. But he takes,
must be heat stroke.
Yeah, he takes flights of fancy very easily, so no one pays him any mind. Now, do rest up. I will have dinner sent to your suite, and of course there will be a breakfast of sorts. We tend not to eat too much early in the day. It makes you very heavy for when the heat comes, etc., etc., etc. But I'll send you some provisions. Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Lovely,
That was a
lovely.
lot.
Oh, my lady Jessamine does tell me that I am long-winded, so I will simply bid you good night, and I will see you in the morning. And he turns and bustles away.
His lady Jessamine is
lets out his
very
gut that he's
patient.
been sucking in for the last hour. Get this thing unbuttoned. It's so hot.
No. Yeah, I guess he led us to our quarters, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I make myself comfortable on one of the silken ground bed things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lingus starts takes off his chainmail and his shield and puts on the loosest clothes he possibly has.
What time is it? It's still light out, or is it dark yet?
The sun is starting to set.
All right. I just tell them as they're getting ready. I say, "Well, I'm gonna go out and perform funeral rites when it gets dark. If anyone would like to respectfully join me for that poor
Lolly,
dinosaur."
You should talk to that weapons merchant. You guys have something in common.
I'll join you if you can bring me some more iced wine.
I will join you and respect the religious ceremony of your funeral.
Okay. I like this because they all tried to murder the dinosaur. Should we go now before we go to bed? Or we could do it in the morning before we leave?
Well, what time? Is it dawn or dusk? The right time to send souls where they need to go, Lalu?
Well, I learned this ritual from Ziza, who learned it from the druids. So it sounds like there is a proper time, but I don't know what it is. So all I know is that we have to gather up a bunch of leaves. It might be easier to do it now at night. Plus, I don't know what they're going to do with that dinosaur's body. We really need to send its soul up before it's tortured any longer.
It's true. They might have cut it into meat.
All right, let's go.
Right on.
Yeah, so I just lead everyone, I guess, out of the building and back to where the Triceratops is.
And we're wearing like silks now, right?
I am.
Yeah, everybody's in essentially pajamas.
Yeah.
Silken pajamas.
I did not bring my weapons.
That's fine. We just need some leaves. Gather as many leaves as you can. We look around. There's leaves, right?
Oh, there's
We're in a
plant
jungle.
life everywhere. There's a
Yeah.
lot of ivy clinging to walls, as a matter of fact.
Grab the leaves. Put the leaves onto the Triceratops. And
Cool.
then I realize what a giant job this is. And I'm like, just put them around the Triceratops. I
Okay.
think that still counts. I'm trying very hard to like properly do this because I've never done it before. So I'm trying to like live up to what Ziza taught me about how to respect animals.
And like all the merchants are like nailing their stalls back together and like writing everything to be ready for the day tomorrow. And they're just looking curiously like at you occasionally as you circle this thing in leaves.
All right. Now that the leaves have been placed, everyone circle the Triceratops.
I begin walking in a circle around the Triceratops.
I'm following him.
You just have to stand around it in a circle shape. We don't have to walk around.
Of course.
Just stop moving. Okay. Now, all we have to do is lift our hands up and pull them down. These are the tears falling from our faces for this fallen dinosaur. Mr. Triceratops, let us free your soul from this awful, stupid place.
Stupid place.
Stupid place.
And I look at them and I say, usually someone would play a song right now, but I don't think we have any instruments, so just hum.
And I think
Okay.
we like, as this ritual is happening, like the camera like draws back and we fade out on you guys humming discordantly and waving your arms in the air as the merchants like give you the stink eye from the side until eventually the guards are like, ma'am, we need to move this body, ma'am.
That's fine, we're done anyway. We've set him free. Thanks, guys.
Jorm is wiping tears away from his eyes. It was
Whatever.
beautiful.
And so on that, we fade to black. There's a little like clip art image of a moon moving across the sky, and then the sun comes up. And we see Yori. Yori, you're in your room. There's bird song, but it's very loud and cawey. In fact, it's parakeets, like unfamiliar jungle birds screeching when you wake up.
No.
It's daytime.
I grab whatever's near me and I throw it at the window.
And so like a pillow hits, actually there are no windows, a pillow that just like hits the mosquito netting and then bounces to the floor.
Okay, yeah, that makes all right. Everyone up. I don't know. She doesn't even remember. Last night was so weird. She got a little drunk off of the wine after that ritual thing because she was kind of creeped out by it. She felt something, and usually she doesn't feel something with these things. So she's kind of hungover right now, actually. A little hungover, but is yelling for everyone to wake up and to get ready.
So you hear Yori's higher pitched voice cut through all the bird song of the jungle. How are you guys feeling after Lalu's moving ? Ritual?
Langus has kind of had it with the gods. his whole family's been horribly murdered, and he just kind of thinks they're all full of crap. So this whole religious ceremony, he goes through the motions because he likes Lalu, but it's all just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and he's just kind of grumpy about it, being forced to be involved with it.
I think Yori's kind of in the same boat too. She just did it for Lalu. She's not really about it, but she felt a little weird while doing it. She doesn't like that.
In the morning, I think Jorm is like up at the butt crack at dawn, doing katas in his room with his maul. Full plate mail, like fully dressed, practicing his war.
I'm outside sitting on the ground in the sun, enjoying the heat and watching the screeching birds with a smile on my face because I just love those birds. Just happy they're alive.
So you guys gather yourselves together, I presume.
Wait, Lalu, are you like throwing birdseed literally outside Yori's like window?
Yeah. I love nature.
It's so good.
A bevy of multicolored birds eating all the seeds and making this racket.
Yes.
It's just like a beautiful day. The sunshine, the birds.
That's excellent.
Birds.
Yeah, so we all get together.
You meet Adahid. Today his robes are a very rich turquoise, lined in crimson. A man of fashion, as he told you. And he smiles at all of you and he says, good morning. I heard that you had a little ceremony for our Triceratops adversary. I hope that you found all of your accoutrement accommodations. I'm so sorry, your accommodations to your liking. Yes. No complaints?
Not a fan of the birds. I don't know if you guys can like send out a hawk or something to eat all the smaller birds, but there's
The birds were the only good part of this place. I mean, thank you for having us. And I look at Langus and I'm like,
I nod approvingly.
Well, of course. Now that we have the formalities out of the way, Accountant Diggle, I have this bag of gold for you, as agreed. 250 gold for you to provision yourselves for this adventure that you will be taking on behalf of my lady Jessamine. There is a breakfast spread laid out in this parlor right behind me for you all to break your fast before you go. And we have some rations to give you, although I do advise perhaps buying more and don't eat random things in the jungle unless you are very well versed in the botany and the zoology of the area. Oh, most importantly, don't drink the water. You'll want to collect rain.
Okay. Well,
Yes,
thank you
yes.
for that.
We've seen many a foreigner go out into the jungle and not return, and we need you to return. So basics of survival for this area of the world, as it were. Yes, come right this way, and you can have some breakfast. Yes.
Totally.
So he leads you into this parlor. There's more fruit. There's some iced teas for those who need a little bit of caffeine to start their day. There is some water that he assures you has been purified properly. And probably some bread, like some flatbreads and things like that.
So,
and of course, cheese. You can't have breakfast without cheese.
Hearing this, since it's quite early in the morning, Langus takes a moment and he ducks behind the group and he spends a second in prayer, uttering prayers to Tyr to help him overcome the challenges that we have just heard about, and he prepares the spell Purify Food and Drink. So I'm going to get rid of Sanctuary.
Okay. Okay.
Boop. Cool. Nice.
They really love motorcycles out here, guys. I swear. Okay, so you guys have your breakfast, and Adahi sends you off to provision yourselves.
I give everyone 50 gold, including myself 50, and then we have 50 on retainer just in case.
That's why you're the accountant. Wise fiscal planning.
Mm-hmm. Is there a location in the mart that looks like people that travel the jungle frequently, like a guide?
Oh, definitely. In fact, when you walk down the streets, there are people that will hail you and say, adventurers, are you looking to go into the jungle? I know the best tombs. Follow me. Like, these people are everywhere in the city.
Before Yori lets everyone go and buy all their things, what do we want to prioritize? Do we feel like we can get through this jungle on our own? Can we, cleric, obviously you can maybe, or I guess she wouldn't know that, but are we going to be able to traverse and have food and water?
So if there's poison or disease in any of the food that we might forage, like if we need to get water from the forest, if we need to forage food, I can cleanse it of poisons and diseases. So purify food and drink helps us a little bit there. But I have no ability to pathfind. Maybe Lalu, are you like a nature sort of survivalist kind of person?
I mean, a little bit. I have my herbalism kit. We can probably use.
Do you have the survival skill?
Save it. Yes, I do.
So Lalu can probably help us find our path.
Then maybe we don't need a guide. Maybe we just stock up on some provisions and water and tents or tarps and try and make it our own.
When I was in Lord Neverember's army, back in Neverwinter, out on campaign we would occasionally find local guides who were very, very eager to help us out and lead us straight into the latest, most devious drow traps. It is wise to be careful who you trust with your life.
And they're still yelling at you from various corners. Like, I know how to get everywhere. I grew up here. This is my home.
I spot a stall off across the way, and I say, "Aha! Potion seller!" And I walk in that direction. Give me your strongest potion.
I don't think we need a guide. I can figure it out.
Okay. You know what? After that ceremony last night, I trust you. I don't know
The less
what...
of these people around us, the better.
Okay, well, keep the negativity down. Thanks. Okay. And she goes into the potion stall as well.
All right. So we can elide a lot of haggling RP. But what are you guys trying to buy?
A potion of healing.
Okay. If somebody has that table of provisions handy.
You mean from the player's handbook?
Yes.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I as soon as I state my confidence in my abilities, I immediately question them. So I sort of begrudgingly walk over to one of the guides that's yelling and start to talk to him or her or them about what they actually know, trying to figure out if I am actually equipped to lead us.
Okay, give me one moment. Jorm, does it say how much a potion of healing is?
It's 50 gold.
Yikes! But we get a deal, right? That's what we were promised. We're the saviors of this land now.
Jorm expected this.
And the vendor says, oh, you, yes, I recognize you. You hit that terrible maddened beast yesterday and slew it. I suppose I can give you a wholesale price. The very least, I do have to feed my family. 25 gold, yes?
I'll take 2.
Half off. Wonderful. And he sells you 2 potions of healing.
Done.
Lalu, the guide you're talking to, says, "Oh, yes, I've been all through these jungles. I know everything there is to know."
What's out there?
Oh, you've got your dinosaurs, you've got your tigers, you've got some pitfalls. There's some diseases that I know how to look out for, the signs that you've been afflicted with them, and the plants that will cure it. You've got your traps, you've got your goblins, yeah. And he just starts listing all of these like increasingly horrendous things that you could run into, and stating also that he knows how to avoid all of them.
Well, how do you feel about animals?
I don't have any particular feeling about them generally. I'm not
so
sure.
You don't not like them?
Well, no, that they exist.
How much do you cost?
Well, now my rate. Now you understand the jungle is a very dangerous place.
Yeah, you told me. How much?
25 gold a day.
How many days does it take to get there?
Well, it depends on where you're going.
Hold on. I walk back to the group, like tap Lang's shoulder.
Yes.
There's a guide over there that says there's a lot of bad stuff in the jungle.
We knew
I don't
that.
know. Should we get help?
From these locals? From a peasant? Help from a peasant? Are you kidding me?
Well, they don't dislike animals, and
Who doesn't dislike animals? Or who does dislike animals?
lots of people apparently. Listen,
Yes?
I don't know if you know this, but I haven't been a druid for a very long time.
You haven't been alive for a very long time, young one.
So I don't really know. I don't know if I can get us through the whole jungle without everybody dying. So I just don't want to be responsible for that because you're my friends.
I saunter up with 2 bright red potions gripped in a hand, and I say, "I can make sure we don't die. You handle getting through the jungle."
I think you'll be fine as a leader. You'll never learn how to be a good guide unless you try. Sink or swim.
Okay.
Lalu,
And I walk back over. What? Oh, what, Jorm?
you led us in a beautiful ritual for the soul of that Triceratops last night. And I believe that if anyone can lead us through the jungle, you can.
When he says this, my memory flashes back to Zisa trying to teach me how to be a druid. And all of these times where Zisa was like, and I think it goes something like that, so it should work for you. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. And I'm like, yeah.
Have faith in yourself rather than the gods. It'll be fine.
If you say so. And then
It'll be fine.
I walk back over to the guy and I'm like, we don't need you.
Yeah. And he spits on the ground at your feet and he says, "Well, get out of my way then. Somebody here will hire me."
Sir.
I spit back at
my
him.
friend.
I spit right back at him.
You apologize to her.
And he like backs up a little bit when Langus like rolls up and he's like, whoa, buddy, friend. Can I call you friend?
You
We're friends.
apologize. This instant.
Look, I'm sorry. Jeez.
Thank you.
But you're like, I'm trying to run a business here and you're disrupting my trade. So if you could get out of the way, that would be fantastic.
We don't want to stay here with you anymore anyway. I walk away.
If we weren't in such a hurry, I would show you the meaning of respect.
Yeah. Puffed up idiot.
Oh, that's fine. You want Langus through the
While all this is happening, can Yori kind of like shift behind the dude and try and sleight of hand him?
What are you trying to sleight of hand?
If he's a guide, he might have a map or even notes of the lay of the land.
You're trying to pickpocket?
I am.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand with advantage because he's well distracted. Yeah, you're able to like get a little halfling hand in his pockets. You find some loose copper coins. You find like a pipe and some halfling pipe weed, oddly. You know, man likes to relax. But he does not have any sort of compass, any sort of map, not even a water skin. Matter of fact, he doesn't, now that you look at him, he doesn't really look like somebody that travels a lot, even.
How dare you, sir? And she slaps him. I challenge you to a duel. Wait, no, she doesn't. I don't, but I don't believe you. You're not a good person. I don't, And she walks away and she goes and tries to find a map. Is there like a map vendor?
Yeah, you're able to find like at least a general overview of Chult map, which is vaguely the shape of the island and where the port is. And then just kind of like there's some stuff in the middle. It's mostly jungle. Like nobody takes the time to like really map out the area. It's very dangerous, and only people looking for maps are adventurers, and they tend to be broke. It's not a thriving trade. Langus, you are pretty much, this guy is not a fighter. You just beat him down. Like it's not a contest. And I feel like Lucia's sitting there like, yeah.
Once he falls to the ground, Langus stops. You know, he's not going to injure the person seriously, but he's going to put the peasant in his place.
Oh yeah, he's well and truly cowed. He says, I'm sorry, I'll just go somewhere else.
Much better, thank you.
Try to help people, not like you. He like scurries away. And like all of the other guides in the area like mysteriously find other places to be after that happens.
So hot.
Thanks, Langus.
So far I have got you guys with 2 potions purchased. Yori is looking for a map, but it's not really. The explorers are still out there working on that. Like it's not really a well mapped area.
What about anything of like a physical guide? Even of just like the plants or the herbs or like the fungus that we're looking for?
Oh yeah, you can find I forget what they're called, but you can find a book of botany.
That would be, unless Lalu, do you know what we're looking for?
We should get that book of botany.
So yeah, she goes and looks for that. Also, I think Yori is going to buy a single potion for 25
Okay. The book vendor is excited that anybody is interested in his wares. And he says, oh, you want to know about botany? Of course, young lady. Here's a treatise written some time ago, but perfectly current for your needs, I promise you. Yes. Here, it's be careful with it. If it gets damp, the ink will run, of course. But I can also sell you this lovely oilcloth to keep it wrapped in.
Okay, that sounds good. How much will you sell this for me?
You understand that books are very expensive to make, and the knowledge is very specialized therein. And being so kind to sell you the oilcloth so that your investment is protected. 15 gold?
You know, I am one of the people that just saved your city here and fought against the Triceratops and took it down. And you know what, actually, she leans into it. She starts to use her persuasion a little bit. She said, I think you should sell it to me for 5 gold because me using your book is giving you the boost that your publishing needs.
Do it
Give me
for
a persuasion.
exposure.
Yeah, do it for exposure. Give me a persuasion roll.
Ooh.
And he like his smile gets a little fixed and he says, young lady, I understand that you are grand heroes of the port. And being as I understand that, I have already granted you a steep discount. Now, not only I, but the scholar that wrote this book must eat. So 15 gold.
Okay. And she gives the 15 gold.
Thank you.
I went in there with her and I asked, do you have any books on dinosaurs?
Yes. I have this book that lists their hunting patterns and ways of interacting with each other, if you would like.
Yeah, I want to read about dinosaurs. How much is your book?
He just kind of looks at you like he was wondering if he could have given you like literally any book with a dinosaur in it. But shrugs his shoulders and he say, I will offer you the same price that I offered the young lady right here, 15.
What about 2 for 25?
Yes, this is reasonable. You are heroes after all. Here.
Nice.
And he hands you both books.
I immediately walk out of the store and start reading the book. Looking at the pictures, reading about the dinosaurs. Very curious and excited.
Langus looks to buy one of those nice folding fans that he can keep the heat off of them as we travel. You're muted.
Thank you. Yes, those are very popular. Let's see. Give me an insight check.
Ooh. 13.
Yeah, you find one that you find a stall that's selling these fans. They're very decorative looking. Like there's like pictures of peacocks and whatnot drawn across them when they fold out. And the merchant is like very unctuous and is like, oh yes, a fine lord like yourself, you would love to have one of these fans. Yes, 2 gold. It's a steal. You'll look like one of the merchant princes your very self.
I think 2 gold seems outlandish, but this is a seller's market. It's bloody hot.
These are the very best fans.
Grumble. Here, take the 2 gold, you scoundrel.
Thank you so much. Here, which one would you like? I've got this tiger one.
4 for 10 gold?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, you can.
I will buy 4 and then hand them out to the rest of the party as time goes on.
That's a worse deal, Neil.
I know.
Yuri looks at their fan. She's like, why didn't you just get one from the place we were staying?
They weren't selling them, of course.
You could just take it.
Did you say something?
No. Let's go.
Of course. Here's your fan.
So you guys are all provisioned and whatnot, ready to go?
Is there anywhere to buy any kinds of medicines at?
Yes.
To get some medicines before we go?
You want to stock up your herbalism kit or buy a healing kit? ?
Yeah, I mean, I have my herbalism kit and I have a healer's kit. I just didn't know if there was anywhere that's selling like special healing potions or other things that we might be able to use. Like if there's a doctor around who has something that is specific to this area that maybe I don't have an ability to treat.
I think mechanically your healer's kit and herbalism kit will
Covers it?
suffice. Yeah.
Okay.
The
Then
player's
I'm ready to go.
handbook does sell an antitoxin for 50 gold pieces as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's like a more specialized thing, but there isn't like a special healer's kit that I would make you buy.
Do you guys think we need an antitoxin?
I can cure diseases.
Then we're good.
Is
I have
a
my
snake bite a disease?
I can heal that.
I can cure the poisoned condition.
You speak oddly, foreigner. So you guys are ready to go?
Yeah.
It sounds like. Okay. So just moving this window out of my way. So you leave the market square, and as you step into like the winding streets of Port Nyanzaru, sorry, An arrow flies from somewhere and smacks into the wall right in front of Langus's face. And you turn, and there are 4 Yuan Ti down the alley. And you don't know what their beef is, but they certainly seem to have one with you. Give me 1 moment, and once...
This is before we've gone back to the house to re-equip ourselves, right?
No, you left the house this morning with your equipment.
We are geared up.
Yes. Me. Copy pasta is the best pasta. Hope you like my song.
I did.
All right.
I loved your song.
And it is?
Blink.
Fun and factual.
Oh my.
And they hiss at you and they say, "You may have defeated that Triceratops, but Lady Jessamine will find no succor except from our hands. Prepare to die." Initiative?
Yeah.
Hold, please. Let me remove all these previous turns. Okay, click your token. And give me some initiative.
Boom.
Let's see where it is. I have to find this character sheet in here. Goodness. Bruh. There we go. And I'm missing Yori Diggle.
You're muted, Kelly.
I thought I rolled for initiative. It showed up on the screen.
You forgot to click your token. Okay, let me add a turn for you.
Sorry.
Yeah, clicking the token automative. That's not how you say the word. Whatever, you know what I mean. So Yori, you rolled an 8. Okay, let's sort. So I think we'll get through probably 1 round, and then we'll have to pick this back up a week yonder. But Jorm, you see your enemies arrayed before you with bows.
With bows. Well, Jorm isn't one for the subtle options. I think what he does, in order to make sure that Yori Diggle has the maximum possible opportunities for sneak attacking, Jorm simply charges up here. And he's going to attack the one his beard is pointing towards. Yep, that.
That's a good way to signify. Go ahead and make that attack.
Actually, point to the other one. Let's find out. A little bit. Okay, cool.
Jorm's beard does this bizarre dowsing rod behavior.
Yeah. All right, so I guess I'm just gonna maul. Yep, cool.
Maul.
Boop.
Yep, that's a hit.
Nailed it. Mauled in the face for 12 damage. And I'm going to expend 1 War Priest in order to make a bonus weapon attack. So here's my second maul attack, same target. Well, you win some, you lose some.
That one misses.
All right,
so
cool.
you like whack him in the stomach with your maul, and he staggers backward, and your next swing just is short of his face. Who's next? It is the Yuan Ti themselves. So they are blink.
Jorg, you fool!
Bring it on, bros.
No, you're not supposed to charge without the rest of the group.
So let's see. Yes. So they pulled their scimitars, these like gleaming curved swords from their belts. And they all have multi-attack, so this is going to be fun times for Jorm.
You're gonna die. You're gonna use both potions.
I've died before.
Have you?
When I fought the Triceratops.
Oh, you haven't been resurrected, because then this would be a very different campaign.
Yeah.
for reasons. So scimitar. A miss?
12 whiff. I've got an 18 armor class.
Okay, so the first one misses. Second one misses.
Oh!
There's one hit for 9. And one hit for 5. So a total of 14 damage. So they're all like banging on your armor with their swords. You only take 2 hits of any reckoning. So total 14 for you. That's their turn. Langus, you see them attempting to chop up your friend there.
I am going to go save him. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. And I'm going to make a long sword attack at this one.
Okay.
Which is an 18 to hit.
To be right side up. An 18 does hit.
Yes. I will use my superiority dice in order to use a pushing attack, which will add this to the damage roll of that. So that's 16 damage. And
He needs a strength.
DC 13 strength save or be pushed back.
Nope.
All right. So he can
What's
be
the
pushed
distance?
back up to 15 feet. I just want to push him out of my way so I can get
So he
through
just
this
like
square.
slams into the wall back here.
Perfect. And then I'm going to keep using my movement to go here and then here. So I'm in the middle of the fray.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use an action surge and take an attack against the one that, not Tyr.
Jorm.
Joram has
Although
already.
I'm sure he finds
Basically
that
the same thing.
And I will longsword that one as well.
It's a hit.
And roll for damage, 10.
All right. So Langus charges in with his sword and shield and begins to lay about him. All right, Yori.
I'm gonna use a short bow to the one that was already hit, if it's in my line of sight, which I think it is.
There's one straight down that has been hit already.
Yeah, so I'll use my short bow.
Okay. That's a hit.
8 damage.
piercing.
Plus
Give me that
2d6 for
2d6 for your sneak
Yep.
attack. Another 8, so you shoot an arrow for 16. Do. That's your heroic theme song as this is happening. Lalu.
I think, let me just look here. Okay, so I can get right up there. So I'm gonna move, whoops, there we go. I'm gonna come up here in front of this guy and hit him with my scimitar.
Okay.
And, oops, is that right? What am I doing wrong?
Yeah, it's correct, but it's a miss.
Yeah, okay.
On both counts.
Yeah. I swing it at him, and then I realize that I miss, and can I use my bonus action to step away? Step back
No.
a little bit? I can't. I just stand there.
You can step away, but
Can I-
you can't disengage.
Is Cure Wounds a bonus action?
I
No.
feel like that's a full
It's a
action.
full
It's
action,
healing
right?
word, maybe that's bonus.
Yeah, I don't think I have that one. Let me double check. real
These
quick.
motorcycles,
I
man.
think I've not.
It's
It's
fine.
the dinosaur sounds. That's all I can do. Okay, well, I just run up and then I swing it at him and I miss, and I just look at him like, and that's
And it
my turn.
hisses at you, venom dripping from its mouth.
Terrible mistake.
As a point of order, when Langus stepped into this square and then moved diagonally out of this guy's range, there should have been an attack of opportunity. Sorry, we're just
Go
going to
for it.
carry on.
That dude was super distracted from being slammed against a
He
wall
got slammed
anyway.
into the wall. It's fine.
Perfect.
All right, so that was Yori and Lalu. And I think we kind of fade out on you guys like in this brawl with these Yuan-Ti would-be assassins. That has a nice ring to it, Yuan-Ti would-be's. And when we come back next week for our second episode, we will deal with these assassins And maybe, as Issa would have said, find out what their deal is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she would have said.
Why are they harshing our mellow?
It's hard enough out here without snake people jumping out of everything, trying to kill you. So, Britt, tell us who you are, who you played, where you can be found if you want to be found.
Hi, it's me. It's Britt Wiseman, which is also my Twitter handle. And my Twitch is Cheerhex, as is my Instagram. Not a lot of consistency with this branding. I play Lalu Erish, a tiefling druid at Circle of the Moon, for those who are wondering. And I would also like to just quickly give a shout out to Jess Silden, everywhere on the internet, who did the artwork for us. All of our character artwork is done by her, and she's amazing. Thank you, Jess. And Efahan Elby, he did the artwork for the intro video, and Ian Patterson composed the music. We have original score for this show, which is very cool. So thanks, guys. And I can't remember who I'm throwing to. I think it's Steven.
It's Steven.
It's Steven. I knew it. I got it. Steven, tell us about yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Steven. I'm Silent Osiris. The O is a 0. Everywhere on the internet, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, which I never use, but that's okay. And yeah, this is super fun. Naja, thank you so much for putting this adventure together for us. It's super awesome, and huge shout out to the Misscliks for setting it all up, and of course to Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons for inviting us to play this on their channel. It's super fun, and I'm super stoked. In case you're wondering what character I'm playing, it's that guy. Wait, wrong direction. That guy over there, Jorm Eldwine, a human cleric, level 3. He's a war domain cleric, and he worships Tyr, the god of justice. And I'm going to throw it over to Kelly. Tell us about yourself.
Ooh, I can tell you about myself. My name is Kelly Link, and on social media such as Twitter and Twitch, it's Hello Kelly Link. I don't stream too much anymore because I travel and host and interview a lot of shows, which will be coming up actually very soon. A few shows that I'm on that I can't talk about yet, but follow me on Twitter, and I will obviously post about it when they do come up. I'm super excited to be playing this Tomb of Annihilation campaign because we got to do the actual Stream of Annihilation show and got a taste of it. And it was just so awesome. And like everyone really seemed to be enjoying it. And who doesn't like T-Rexes vomiting up zombies, right? Like that's just the coolest thing you could have. So I'm really excited. Naja killed it, and I can't wait to play with the rest of you guys again. And obviously I'm gonna toss it to Neil, because I know what I'm doing.
He's the last one left.
Hi guys, I'm Neil. I'm Koibu, or Koibu0 all over. I do D&D on my stream on Twitch all the time, most of 2nd edition, some 5th edition, and I'm really excited to be here. And I would like to thank you guys for watching it, and of course Naja for running it, because she's such a fantastic DM. I wish I could be like her when I grow up.
Aww. Yeah.
And I'll throw it to Naja.
Hi, it's me, Naja Tikor, aka Tristere, and in the last 5 minutes of our stream, I remembered that I have a light. Pro streams in 2017. I'm super about it. Yeah. I am the DM for this campaign. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to Roll20 for allowing us to play this game together from our disparate locations. Thank you also for hooking us up with Wizards of the Coast Tomb of Annihilation module a little ahead of schedule so that we could be super professional and pretty looking for you guys. Like I said, we'll be back next week with the hopefully thrilling conclusion. And it's definitely going to be thrilling. Hopefully it concludes in 2 hours, just to clarify what I mean. To this Yuan Ti fight, and they'll be able to get out into the jungle and see what awaits them there. Thanks everybody for coming. We're going to take our leave now and see you in a week's time. Bye.
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 Bye.